Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about ways to mix cob. So there are many ways actually to mix cob, and a lot of people know the traditional methods of mixing with your feet, putting the materials onto a tarp and rolling the tarp to mix the cob material. But I find this is a very labor intensive, very time consuming method. So I've experimented with a lot of more efficient methods. They do use machinery, but they're going to save you so much time and so much energy, and you're going to get your project done a lot faster and on schedule. So my preferred method is to use a mortar mixer. Now, one thing to note is a mortar mixer is different from a cement mixer. So you want to be sure that you get a mortar mixer, because the paddles inside are different and the way it turns the material is different. So usually you can find a mortar mixer at any kind of major tool rental supply, like Sunbelt tools. So the mortar mixer is very simple. You turn it on and you put your materials in there. You put your subsoil, your aggregate, and your water, mix those up. And then when that's fully mixed together, then you add in your fiber, your straw. Okay, so you can put it all in there in the machine, and then you dump it out and it's done. You pull it over to your building site. Okay, so mortar mixer is excellent. I think it's great for any team of from 1 to 10 people, one mortar mixer. Now if you have more people, I'd say just get another mortar mixer. So if you have 20 people, I'd say get 2 mortar mixers. You can go bigger. So if you want to make really large batches at a time, then you can get a Bobcat or a tractor with a front end loader, and you basically mix the big pile of material on the ground with the bucket, with the tractor bucket. So the only thing that's very important with this method is you need to have a cement pad on the ground to mix on. Otherwise you're going to be mixing in all kinds of topsoil, subsoil, aggregate. It's just going to get real messy. So you need to have a proper mixing pad. So you do have to have another cement pad, maybe like a 20 by 20. So if you have some kind of use for it later, then that's ideal. But if you're doing a large scale project, having a mixing pad and a Bobcat or something like that is really going to help you out. So another upgrade from the tractor or Bobcat is to use a backhoe. So with the backhoe, you can make very large batches. And what you want to do is you dig a hole in the ground, you put all of your material into that hole, and then you take the backhoe, the arm of the backhoe, it's got the little bucket on the front, and it's like you churn it and you mix all the materials inside of that hole. So you can make really big batches. It's very efficient. You don't have to have a mixing pad, you just have to have a hole. So these are the main ways that I've come across and experimented with to mix cob. And I really do suggest you do some research on them if you're planning to do any kind of major building project. Even if it's just a tiny house. A tiny house is going to take a long time if you're mixing by foot. So I'd recommend learning how to mix cob by foot. You get a good feel for it, for the material, for the ingredients. But if you're building anything large, I would highly recommend getting some machinery. The mortar mixer is my preference for most projects. So yeah, go check that out. I think you can, in the States, you can usually rent a mortar mixer for about $400 a week, and you can get a lot of work done in a week. It's really quite worth it. All right, so of course leave your questions in the comment section below. Subscribe, hit the like button, and if you want more information on how to build cob homes, earthen buildings, and natural building, then go to my website and sign up for my free email newsletter at thiscobhouse.com. Talk to you guys soon.